Hey guys, what's up? It's Sachika. Welcome to my channel where I do art, student and lifestyle content. So if you're interested in any of that, head down below and subscribe. I hope you have an amazing day and let's get into it. So today I'm going to be talking about scholarships. If you guys don't know, basically in the description at the end of it, I leave my Instagram in case you guys have any questions or things you need answered. Of course, I am always active in the comments too. So if you guys have any questions, leave them down below. But basically, the maximum number of questions that I receive, even just as an international student studying abroad, is about scholarships, because even though I don't have a scholarship right now, I do know how expensive it is. Just looking at the fees gives me a mini heart attack every single time, and it's insanely expensive to study abroad, especially given the exchange rate and stuff with this, and also the fact that usually the fees for international students is like double from what they charge home students. So it's kind of insane. As a general rule, the US is more expensive than the UK. This is something that I have told a lot of people, which they don't believe me. But if you just look at the fees, even with the difference in exchange rates, the tuition fees in the US, at least for art universities, which is what I mainly know about, obviously, because I am in one, the tuition fees in the US is just like double. And if you just think about it in terms of like living expenses and all of that put together, it comes to a lot of money compared to the UK. Just taking my two main options, for example, like in the UK, I'm in LCF right now, but the obvious counterpart in the US is Parsons. And just like I did these like, I had made like a spreadsheet when we were considering schools, when I had got my acceptances and I was looking at which school to go to. And in Parsons, like it was literally more than double of what I'm paying right now. I think it was almost like 1.5 times if I remember correctly, compared to the UK, which like insane. So that's what it is. So today I'm going to be talking about that. Now, first of all, I am loving this lip combination. It makes my lips look so good, and I am like, this is amazing, and it's so comfortable on the lips. I have a question for you guys, and today's question is, do you guys think I should start linking the makeup that I have on my face down below? Let me know if you guys would like to see that, because as you know, I really do love makeup and my Instagram is dedicated to that. But if you guys want to see what I have on my face, then let me know down below. I would love to know whether you guys are interested in that. If not, then that's totally okay too. I won't do it. Just let me know. The last time I asked a question like this, nobody answered. Also, you commenting does really help me answer. If you have any questions or whatever, just leave them down below and I will get to them as soon as possible. If it's a personal question, of course, you can DM it to me on Instagram. It is linked down below, and I have my email address linked down below. So if you need to email me, that's there too. Now, I want you guys to know that I am in a fortunate enough position that my family can afford to send me abroad and can afford to pay my fees and my living expenses, because it is very expensive to live abroad, especially in London, because London is just somehow, everything is like through the roof, and I don't know why. But yeah, my family can afford to send me abroad, so this is not on personal experience. You know, some of it is, but some of it isn't. But I did put in a bunch of research into it. I did look things up, and I know I have friends who are in the US who did receive and accept their merit scholarships. First thing that I want to tell you guys is merit-based scholarship versus a need-based scholarship. So a merit-based scholarship is your university, like for example, I'm going to take examples of all art students, but it can then be applied if you're a science or business student too. For art students, if an art uni looks at your portfolio, really loves it, thinks, oh, this person would be an awesome addition to our university, of course they give you admission, but also they can then choose to give you a merit scholarship, which is based on your work and how good of a student you are. I feel like in the equivalent to a portfolio in a science or business university is either your essays or your grades in high school, or your SAT scores, or whatever it is. Like, I don't really know how it works, but this is my thinking that that's what it would be. A combination of all three is what would get your merit scholarship in a university other than an arts university, which is where it's the portfolio. A need-based scholarship is basically they look at your financial situation and they look at that and they see that you're a really good student and they think you deserve to be studying in university in that particular good university, but your family can't afford it, and so they give you a scholarship to say, okay, this student needs the money to study here. Yeah, that's the merit versus the need-based scholarship. Now, when I was applying to universities last year, I did apply to 5 different US universities, and the only university that I applied to outside of the US was LCF, which is where I am right now. But when I did apply to the US universities, each of the US universities did give me a merit-based scholarship on my application. You are in the US, you're automatically entered the second you kind of press submit on your application, so there's no extra step involved over there. That's why it's a merit-based scholarship. So I did get like a good amount of merit-based. I think the highest was in CCA, which is California College of the Arts, and there I got a 25% scholarship, which is amazing. And yeah, so I think CCA was 25%, and I remember SCAD, which is Savannah College of Art and Design, I think it was $6,000 a year or something, but their fees are really low too. Like their tuition fee was the lowest out of all the other universities that I applied to. For SAIC, which is School of the Art Institute of Chicago, I got an $8,000 scholarship per year. This is all per year, guys. So I think CCA was $13K. Yeah, SCAD was $6K a year. SAIC was $8K. I think Parsons was $5K. And MICA, which is Maryland Institute College of the Arts, I think that was $12K a year. This is from what I can remember. I will watch back my video and put up the actual amounts over here. But yeah, so I did receive merit scholarships, but obviously since I didn't accept my admission in those universities, I did not actually receive the money. It's basically when you get a scholarship like that, it's when you pay your fees, they kind of take it off your fees. It depends also on the country of the university that you're applying to. I mainly know only about UK and US because those are the schools that I looked at. They're the ones that I applied to. So like I said, the US does a lot of merit-based scholarships, whereas the UK does not do that many. And even in the UK, I really don't have any idea about science or business universities. Like I said, I mainly know about the art universities that there are there. Okay, now let's go more country specific. I'm first going to talk about the US just because it's easier. First, like I said, merit-based scholarships, they are automatically entered and you don't need to do any extra thing. When you just submit your application, the university usually automatically considers you for a merit-based scholarship based on your grades and whatever. Of course, they only have a certain amount of money that they can give away in scholarships, so obviously there will be other students. Everyone else who has applied is in the running over there, so you have to do really well to actually receive one. I think all of my universities really liked my portfolio and my grades were pretty good too, so they saw that combination of a good portfolio with good grades and an art student, and so they gave me merit-based, so they gave me scholarships. But like I said, for science and business and whatever other universities, there might be liberal arts universities. I think it's based on grades and essays and SAT scores and a lot of things put together, whereas for art, like fine art universities, it's usually just portfolio based. On the other hand, you can actually apply for more. I know a friend who is in SAIC who, when I spoke to her, she was telling me how she entered a competition in her university in SAIC, and the prize was basically more scholarship money or just money which she could then apply to her tuition fee, which is a really good idea. If you guys win any money, put it towards your tuition because it's just so fucking expensive to study abroad. And lastly, in the US, all the scholarships usually cover only tuition. There are universities that do offer or that do give out, like, let's say like 150% scholarship, where it covers all your tuition fees and extra for, let's say, your living expenses like rent and food and such. But that's really rare, and so don't expect any of that unless you are exceptional at what you do. But I do think that you should work really hard for the scholarships. It does take a huge load of your family who might be paying for your university education. Now, that's all. That's what I have to say about the US. This is going to be kind of a short video, guys. So for the UK, they don't just give out scholarships, and the simple reason being any home student can apply for student loan. They apply for student loan, all of them, and that student loan not only covers their tuition fee but also gives them extra in terms of maintenance and living expenses, and then obviously after you graduate you pay it back and so on. But basically most UK students don't actually apply for scholarships, but you can. Universities do offer it. The government does offer those scholarships. Most of them are for postgraduate students, but there are also a lot for undergraduate students. Usually all the information is on each school's website. Like UAL has literally has a scholarship finder on their website where you can actually search for scholarships or search for the criteria that you need it for. Like, let's say I need it for my undergraduate degree, and what degree is it, and then it gives you a list of like the scholarships available that you could possibly get and apply for. Obviously, I don't know the sort of rules of how they decide who gets the scholarship. I'm guessing it's again merit based or need based. Now, the UK has three different things. One is scholarships versus bursaries versus grants. Scholarships are merit based usually. Bursaries are need based, like I explained before, and grants are maybe for they're need based, but also like maybe for disabled students or whatever. And I think bursaries and grants you don't need to pay back, but I'm not too sure about that, so don't take me at my word for that. Yeah, so if you're going to the UK and if you're applying for a scholarship, or you need a scholarship or you want a scholarship, then you have to check the website for each university, or check UCAS or whatever, and then you can find out the ones that you could apply for possibly for your course and apply for those, and I think they're usually merit based. The last thing is that most individual countries, like I know India offers a lot of scholarships for students. I don't think it's the government as much as there are these like individual sort of private companies that do offer these scholarships for students to then go study abroad. I don't know how that system works or how you pay it back or what sort of the terms and conditions are. If you guys need that or want that, I absolutely encourage you to go look it up. But I realized that I needed to make this video just because the number of questions that I got based on my portfolio video saying, can you please help out with the scholarship stuff? And I have been answering those questions. It's just that I feel like a lot of people have these questions, and a lot of people need help with this, so I figured I would kind of make an entire video dedicated to this, because why not, right? So here it is, and my throat is a little bit dry talking to you guys, but I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it helped you. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, head down below and subscribe and leave a like on the video. Once again, comment down me whether you want to see what's on my face starting next video onwards, and any other video ideas that you might have for me, any questions that you might have about university or college or high school that I can answer possibly, leave them in the comment section down below. And I hope you have an amazing day.